All right.
Check, y'all. How y'all doing? Y'all hit me. Snap the trains. So we about to start this program. Mr. Kid's gonna play a quick video. I'm gonna get out of the way because I'm not y'all host. Jamar will be the host for this evening. So we have four guest speakers here today. We want y'all to give them y'all undivided attention, be respectful. When anybody's up here speaking, try to be as quiet as possible and give them, your ears if you can't give them your eyes. Thank you.
All right. So, huh? All right. We're gonna try and adjust that, but right now we're gonna have our host to come because we have a limited amount of time. We got a lot of people that want to speak to you. So we're gonna have our host, Mr. Jamar.
How y'all doing today? Today I'm gonna be talking about gun violence and how it affects everybody's life. Uh, so anybody have any stories that happened to you about gun violence?
Well, we can.
Anybody got a story?
So we're gonna start by getting an introduction to our speakers.
My speakers.
All right. So, Petey, you want to come introduce yourself first? Let's see how to turn them on. So just introduce yourself.
Hi guys, my name is Kitty Black. I'm a musician, author of two amazing books, community activist, do a lot of great things. Some of you guys may know me from mentorship, mentoring, business owner, making major moves, the brand. Some people may know MMM, no, it's not M trade, street thing, but it's more of a positive affirmation, making major moves, something to inspire you to let you know that every move that you make counts, making major moves. So what moves are you making that's going to benefit your future? Every move that you make counts. So we have to be very cautious of the moves that we're making, the people that we're connecting with these days. So I am here, coming here to encourage you guys when it's my time to do so. But here I am, an author, standing before you guys of two amazing books. A rapper, community activist, from the hood, from the slime, from the street, from the gutter, a flower from the concrete, and continuously growing. Still got it in me when it gotta come out, but being wiser and making wiser decisions to allow it to stay in and to do greater things and to make sure that I'm encouraging you guys and helping you guys to flourish to be better.
Hi guys, I'm Miss CC. A lot of you guys have already been acquainted with me. I came and I introduced you guys to an opportunity to be able to work and to be able to earn some income. To teach you guys proper work etiquette. The invitation is still extended. If anybody needs to see me to be able to continue to have those opportunities, they are available. One of the things that I want to talk to you guys about is gun violence. I myself was a victim of gun violence just this Monday. It would have been tragic that I couldn't stand before you guys today to be able to still continue to help with clothing, help with different issues that you guys may address for me to be able to help you guys with. If I would have lost my life behind some senseless, irresponsible guys shooting at each other, or my daughter who is a teacher, who also helps me to be able to help y'all, that would have been very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. I want you guys to be mindful when you have situations. Do you need to resolve it with gun violence? Is that always the best solution, gun violence? I need you guys to be mindful of the consequences of gun violence. A lot of people would have missed me. A lot of people would have been sad not to see me again. So we have a video of the actual incident that happened with me on just Monday. How unfortunate it was. I was at home. And there was some guys that came into the neighborhood to shoot at a house where the targets wasn't even there. That's right. That's real stupid.
Yeah, but
Just be mindful before we pick up a gun to know that myself, my daughter, my grandchild could have been a target. Be mindful, guys. Every time you make a decision to pick up a gun, you can be caught in a situation like this. Okay? I'm still here. If you guys need me, y'all have my contact information. If you work and if you're being productive, you don't have time to make those kind of decisions. Because 9 times out of 10, you're working so hard. So when you're not working, you're tired. Okay? Thank you guys.
Can you? All right. So the last person, Cece, can you introduce Terrance?
So also, I have one of my colleagues that I work with. A lot of you guys know him as Gangsta. He's Gangsta Terrance Williams. He did 23 years and 10 days, I believe. He's gonna. That's definitely a real question, and he's gonna address you guys. But he's also a person, regardless of what his past has been. He is here today to be support to you guys. So we're gonna respect him as he speaks to the family. Okay? Gangsta, you there?
You there? You can hear me?
Yeah. Y'all hear me?
Yeah. So go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Wow. I'm Terrance Gangsta Williams. I was born and raised in New Orleans, Uptown, 17th Ward. I lived in the Callio Project. I lived in the Magnolia Project. I caused a lot of havoc in our city. To correct Miss CC, I did 23 years and 10 months. You left off them 10 months, Miss CC. But I want to,
Sorry.
yeah, please. So don't make that mistake no more. But I just want to speak to the at risk youth, help out. Me and Miss CC, we trying to put together all kind of events for you all to keep you all busy because we was once young. We once ran the streets of New Orleans. Now that I'm home, I've been home 9 months, still trying to learn a lot of this stuff, but it's exciting for me. I want to talk about this gun violence because I was once the problem. I want to be part of the solution. I want to be able to help you all out and tell you all the journey I've been through. But it's kind of a long story, so get your refreshments and other things. So it's going down.
All right.
Gangsta, somebody on the panel has a question for you.
We're running.
Lord, I want to ask you how the gun violence affect your life.
Say it again.
I want to ask you how the gun violence affect your life. You go around.
Oh, that's a big one there, man. I was shot. I was shot in 1991 in my foot. I was shot in 1994 in my uh, lower back, left or right side, in my buttocks, and went through my right leg.
You a
Um,
warrior.
it left me with a colostomy bag. I was shot in 1996 uptown by Carter G. Woodson School by the Magnolia Project. My some guys came downtown to try to kill my little brother, and the bullet went through the trunk of the car, and it went through the seat and hit my mother. My brother I had a QX4 Infinity SUV, and my brother was driving in it, and in the enemy territory, and it
Yes,
was
and your
shut up. He was shot. One of my friends was shot in the truck. I lost three of my best friends, the original Hot Boys, to gun violence. Doing Sterling Mosquito. That's who Lil Wayne, BG, Turk, Juvenile rap about. Who they named? They was named after us. So gun violence has really hit home for me, and I want you all to study and pay attention to my life. That way, you all won't have to go down that road because I was given a life sentence in 1998. Some of y'all might have wasn't born then, but God blessed me to be home now, and as much as time I can, I will be spending with you all. Um, Mr. K, he had my number on speed dial. So whenever y'all need me to pull up, I'm there for y'all. I hear you, girl.
Wait.
Ask you that.
Wait.
How did prison affect your life?
Wait. I want Keita to answer that same. She need to answer that same question about gun violence.
First, before I speak about how my life was affected by gun violence, listen, step back right here over here. I'm just sitting here and I'm just paying attention, observing. Y'all not listening to this when he speak. Y'all think it's funny. And so it applies something that you really need to apply to your life. When you put in a situation so where you feel like, oh, this is what I gotta go through, and now this is what I'm facing by myself, without my friends, without each and every person around you. Something that you have to face on your own. Because we all have our own journeys. Listen, learn something, grab it, put it in your toolbox. This is something that you guys need to hear. This is real life. Y'all don't understand right now. And it was many things that I was told that I didn't understand. But today I stand here and now I understand and I be like, wow, why didn't I get that then? So I pray that you guys get this. And I pray that this is a message to help you. Y'all laughing now. But I was there. When he talk about the shooting at the park, I was there. I'm from the streets. I'm from the projects. I'm from the slums. I had to get it how I live. I sold drugs. I sold guns. I know how to sling that iron, and I ain't afraid to use it. Better believe it. Ain't no in me. You hear me? And I'm telling y'all this, the streets don't love nobody. The streets don't love us. We gotta get that education. That's what's powerful. The guns are whole more powerful than knowledge. That's how he was able to come home, because he's smart. He's smart. Y'all say he read, but who did he read on? Tell me somebody that's living that he got in jail that he read it on. Come on, listen, this man is smart. And I'm telling you guys this because you laughing. I'm telling you. Y'all laughing. But when they knock on your door, when you in that one-man cell, 24 hours, no coming out. Come on, no, you ain't been through that. You think you've been through that. You ain't been through that. Listen. Listen to this. Right, big facts. But you not listening to what I'm saying. He did not rat on no. I'm gonna let him tell his own story. So you guys could better understand. He didn't cause nobody to do no time in jail. He didn't send nobody to jail or none of that.
And not only that, doing the crime, doing the time.
But who wants to do the crime?
Y'all are too young to even understand the crime. Y'all are too young to even understand the logistics of what happened. But this is not what this is about. This is about him coming from where he came from, being where he has been, and being a support system for y'all. When you jammed up and you in a situation, you can think about this. So you may never get in a position that he was in to choose his own life. You gotta think about those things. Each and every last one of y'all, y'all don't want to trade y'all life for life in prison, no matter what. If he commit a crime and you with him and he don't free you, is that fair to you? You didn't do that crime. You didn't make that choice.
This is my thing.
Y'all better step up.
This is my thing. Why would you go out and do a crime? That's all I'm saying. To even have to rate on somebody, to even talk about doing the time or doing the bid. You hear me? So I'm gonna let you know, don't bring your foolishness to me. Because guess what? I ain't about to be a part of it. I ain't a part of no selling drugs. Okay, other two, yeah, the three other folks. But anyway, not being a part of no drugs or nothing else coming my way. So I'm just saying, be more knowledgeable. The streets don't love nobody. This is not about him. It's about y'all. It's about y'all just coming to encourage y'all. I got a lot to do today. Right. So I saw you walking up the street smoking your weed, walking up from the school and all that. I saw you. But that's not it. I've been in your shoes before. I can stand 10 toes down with a nigga. Well, leave that. Check that resume. I didn't raise my son like that. This is him right here in college, second year. You heard me? Because I was able to come from that. Some girls that grew up with me wasn't able to come from that. Some boys that I grew up with wasn't able to come from that. They 10 feet deep are in jail with a life sentence. So I thank God today that I stand before you that I'm able to tell you and witness some things that I saw and was a part of, and then I came out of it. So since I came out of it and I was free from it, now my seed's free from it. You follow me? You follow me? So that's all I'm saying. Don't be a part of the crime. Make wise decisions. Get that education while it's here. That's where the power is. Anybody can pick up a gun and sling that iron. Pick up that book and read it. Come on, fill that application out. Start that business. Save that money. Build that bank account up. Live. I don't want to live nobody resting in peace. I want to see y'all living in peace. Come on, that's the goal, right? That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. That's right. That's what it's all about. Y'all ain't got so familiar with rest in peace. I'm not familiar. I'm not running to no funeral. If I'm not ministering, I'm not coming. I'm not coming. Hold up, Stank. Hold it.
that's the new DJs, that's the new concerts. It's not for me. People done got familiar, like you said, getting immune to it, getting numb to it. I'm not getting familiar with that. I'm waiting for the youth. I'm going in for the youth. I'm praying for y'all. And if I gotta talk your language, I'm gonna talk your language. If I gotta get on your level, I'm getting on your level. In order to save you from going 6 feet or 10 feet deep. And some of y'all don't even got policies to even much afford the one for the beef with nobody. Ain't got one. Can't afford the beef with nobody. Can't afford it.
CC.
But even if you do got insurance, why would you put your mama through that? Why would you even much go through all of this? Fighting behind territory when your mama probably don't even much own a house and every property, own a property in that name. For what? We gotta be more wise though. And I'm only saying here today because I did all of this. I done sold cars. You heard me, I done told it that burn. I done sold everything just to sell for that. Straight up. You heard me? Facts. Check the resume. You heard me? I done ran with all type of niggas. Young.
The hot boys was you at one time. It was the hottest in the streets at our time. Yeah.
So, not fussing at y'all and none of that. But when it comes down to the youth, I've been in them shoes before. So I'm very passionate when it comes down to that. I'm putting it all on the line when it comes down to that. I do this for free. I don't get paid to do this. I don't get paid to come out, driving, wasting my gas. I'm a parent of 3. My son's father was murdered. You asked the question, was I affected? Yes, I was affected. I had to raise this little boy. I had to make decisions that I want some things I want to do, I couldn't even want to do because I had to make that sacrifice. And I don't want you to think that I'm just talking to y'all. I'm talking to everybody in this room. But I feel like I really need to get in. I need to break some walls over here. So that's why I'm over here. You feel me? So guess what? I had to do that. I had to make sacrifices. Yeah. I had to make sacrifices. There's a lot of things that I had to come from. A lot of things that I knew I couldn't go back to do. A lot of people that I had to disconnect from. And it's going to be some people that you're going to have to do that. You're going to have to disconnect from some people. Come on, because it's going to be just like this. If I'm trying to go higher, and I'm in the hood, but I'm trying to go higher, this is the hood holding me back. Now, this success trying to bring me this way, but this is the hood pulling me back here. I got to make a decision. I'm going forward. I'm going higher. I can't let nothing anchor me and stop me from going higher. Because the higher I go, then I want my children to soar. You're not going to tell me nothing from a young girl that was on her own at the age of 14 years old. I raised my little brothers. My little brother was in the street. Come on, somebody. And I ain't got time to be calling no names or none of that. Made worldwide news, most wanted. It's nothing to be proud of. We've been in the streets doing this. You feel me? I know what this is about. I know what that lifestyle is about. You're looking for love, there's something that you're going to chase and never find in the streets because it don't love nobody. But I tell you one thing, the streets is consistent. So we have to be more consistent than the streets. We got to be more consistent. We got to come out here and fight for y'all. We got to get down here and put our 10 toes down. But y'all laugh at us. But the streets win you. And we trying to win y'all over. But at the age of 14 years old, I was in a project. I had a line in my hand. Selling drugs, hustling, trying to raise my little brothers. Trying to stay focused. Going to school, went to school, graduated, had a baby. My baby father was killed. He was robbed. They killed him. So now I'm raising a baby by myself. Hurricane Katrina hit the next following week. Now I'm going to do all of this. But still in all, I was able to raise that child to do great things. You know why? Because I put him in great positions. Whatever I didn't have to do, somebody to put it in him. And that's what we are here today to do with y'all. The things that y'all don't have around y'all, it's in a room. It's right here. It's in a room. It's all around you. You have no excuse. It's all around you. What's your excuse? What's your excuse? If you want it, you're going to get it. I didn't have this. All I had was me and God, and I had to figure it out, and I'm still figuring it out. I'm still figuring it out. So while you have all of this around you, grab it. Use it. This man right here, been through that. This man right here, been in the streets. He's a teacher today, but don't get it twisted, been in the streets. I don't know nobody else's story in here, but I can vouch. I'm not going to post out for nothing. I can vouch. This ain't just no teacher. This man been in the streets. He know what the streets look like. He know what the streets look like. We gotta get it together. Y'all out here doing all kind of stuff that's making no sense. What's the benefit of it? Tell me what's the benefit of buying. Tell me what's the benefit of stealing cars. What's the benefit of it? Why they do it? You know why they do it? Hold up. You can sell it. That means you can get money. You can sell a car. Oh, that's the benefit to sell a car. You can get some money, right? No, listen. That don't speak. Huh?
No benefit towards nothing that's really useful for your life, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's beneficial for the
You
moment.
answer my question. You answer my question for the moment. For you, what is the benefit?
Benefit, it could benefit you within a moment, but does that car really worth your life though?
Okay, so that's how you think
Yeah.
on a daily basis? That's how you think. How you moving, son? Well, Sham, talk to me.
That car not worth your life, bro.
It's not worth your life? Okay. What about you right here in the back? How that? It's worth it? Huh? You gonna jump in that thing? Huh? You jaw ride what? What's up? You in there?
That cost something to happen.
You in there what? I'm asking you a question because this is what's going on. I'm asking you. You gotta think about it. You're not sure.
I don't got no word.
You don't got no words, so you in there. In there?
In that car.
Oh, PMP. You put your pimp. Put that thing for pimp. I don't know. I give the mic. I love y'all.
Go ahead, ask you.
Y'all in my prayers. This is my time.
Gangsta, you got a question coming at you.
Thank you, Katie. We appreciate it. Jamar, you have another question for Gangsta?
Gangsta, I want to ask you that, how does jail affect your life?
Man, jail helped me out because before I left the streets, if you wasn't part of the team, I didn't care nothing about you. If you weren't part of the clique, it would forget you. It really affected me when Hurricane Katrina hit, when I was in a penitentiary and couldn't help my mother or my grandfather in the night where they were stuck in the house. But I want a lot of youngsters, and I understand how our little young brother feel about the situation, because I was once in the streets. I was once what they call a stepper, but I was able to sit down in that cell and come up with a plan. Now, but my question to the young brother or to the brothers in there who feel like I snitched or ratted, right? My question is this: think about somebody you love. Think about somebody you love now, and say they're in prison for a murder they didn't commit. And if I came forward and say, "Hey, my man that's dead and I did that," and it could free that person that you love, would you still look at it like I snitched?
So hold on. Let me tell y'all something. Let me say something. Y'all say this thing that's called bury me a G, right? Isn't that something y'all say, bury me a G? A lot of people want to be legendary even after they die, right? So you want to be known for the things they did, right? Most of the time when somebody's dead, the streets know already, right? So if you doing a life sentence and you in prison, that's your homie. And he did all these things the street know about, but he dead. Your homie wants you to be free?
So you go around. So look. You go around. I see that's even worse. Like,
He ain't go around. He ain't around you before. He ain't go around.
but I'm saying, like, that man dead, bro. He thought that.
Let me tell you something. The prayer is that you never get in that situation. Because in 1998, he wouldn't either. in 1998, he would not have neither. He would have been just what you are today. But at the end of the day, for those of you who are interested, he's paid the debt that he's paid to society. And 23 years later, he's here to support. We have some programs that's coming up, some pretty amazing programs. He's distributing things that you guys may need for Christmas time. He has some pretty awesome programs where he's providing uniforms for those of you that may need jobs. All types of different resources that he is providing for you. He did a crime. He's paid a debt to society, and he's still willing to help you guys if you're interested to be able to be productive. So you guys won't spend 23 years in jail.
Can we introduce have let Brother Jihad have a chance to talk? Brother Jihad. Brother Jihad, can you
I hear y'all.
introduce?
You hear me?
Yeah, can you introduce yourself? Yeah.
Yeah, how y'all doing, young men and young ladies? My name is Jihad Muad'Din. My story is similar to Terrance's. I had a 30-year sentence for
Hold on, it's Jihad. I don't want to interrupt, but it's breaking up. I think you might have. Hold on. You're not gonna be rude. Chill.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. I said I'd like to introduce myself to y'all. My name is Jihad Muad'Din. I was sentenced to 360 months in federal prison for conspiracy, possession of heroin, 5 kilos or more. Right?
Hold on. It's still going in and out.
How about now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
How about now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I had to turn my mic up. All right, I'll start over. My name is Jihad Muad'Din. I was sentenced to 360 months in federal prison for 846 and 841, which is conspiracy and possession of 5 kilos or more of heroin. I was sentenced to what they call ghost dope. They came in my house. They found $760,000 in cash with no drugs. You don't need drugs with the feds to catch time. All you need is some hearsay. They gave me 30 years for money. They turned the money, it's called relevant conduct. They turned the money into drugs and sentenced me to 30 years. I did 21 years and 8 months in federal prison. While I was in there, I learned I learned law. I became a certified paralegal. I helped a lot of people out, some notable names that you might know. I'm not going to mention them. I helped them get out. I couldn't help myself at the time. It took me 17 years to get myself out. I became certified as a paralegal in 2008. And from 2008, well, I've been fighting my case since I fell in 1996. And I came home in 2016, or the New Year's Eve, it turned 17. What I would say is this. I live by the stigma of the street. Like I heard the sister saying, bury me a G. I lived that all the way to the end, right? But don't nothing come out of these streets, but death and prison. And if you're okay with being in that box underneath that dirt, or being in that cell living with another man, smelling his feet, his butt, his private parts, you know what I mean, then more power to you. But I'll be the first one to tell you, man, and I'm somebody. I met Gangsta in the prison. I met Gangsta in 2005 when the hurricanes hit, and down your way they moved them up to where we was in the mountains of Kentucky, and that's where I met Gangsta at. I don't glorify prison, right? I've been in 13 federal prisons. I hadn't had a chance to make it to a low war camp because of my institutional background, right? Because I was living at bury me a G. Gangsta right here could be the first to tell you when they came into the U.S. penitentiary, I was running the kitchen and had a lot of pull on a pound. But that's that type of glorification I don't want. I don't glorify. I don't need it. I don't need that in my life. What I want to do is help change y'all's lives, right? My approach is how I'm coming, right? I didn't have to do anything against the codes to come home. I just had to fight my case. But then I was listening to the brother tell his story, and he get a lot of backlash for that. My thing is like, if nobody we got this thing what we call an honorable man, right? Honorable men, we stand on our 2 feet, we go in, we do this time, right? That you can't get back, that you hurt. You see, we don't really realize that we hurting our families when we get this time, right? All we think is, I'm this man, I'm gonna go do what I gotta do. You leave these kids behind out here. A lot of y'all, I'm sure, y'all from New Orleans. I know y'all got fathers, brothers, uncles in the penitentiary, right? Because we come from these impoverished neighborhoods, and unfortunately, this is what they got for us. This is supposed to be our outcome. This is what they want for us. What we're doing, they hate that. They hate for real ones to come talk to real young men and women and try to guide them the right way. The powers that be really don't even like this, right? But this is what I was saying. We got this thing that we call ourselves honorable men, right? Honorable men don't hurt nobody with their actions. Nobody now, you know there's a thin line between love and hate. We know that, right? But bro be catching a lot of backlash about his situation. But an honorable man knows that nobody was hurt. We call that as finesse. We ain't gonna cut no corners. Y'all come up out them streets of New Orleans. Ain't nothing slow about y'all. Y'all know what the finesse game is. That's what we call that. Finesse. Use some information. Nobody got hurt. Nobody went to jail. So it's like we shouldn't get the backlash on that situation if somebody finesse their way out of a situation. You feel me? But to get back on course, man, the greatest thing, man, that y'all doing is lending the ear. I know when I was coming up, I didn't have this. What we had was some people of color that didn't grow up in our neighborhoods, right? That don't know a thing about our background, right? That sat up in front of us telling us what we should or shouldn't been doing. One thing I know about young men and women that come about these urban cities, real will always recognize real. Real gonna recognize the real. We gonna see straight through the BS, right? So this is why I chose to dedicate my new life, because this is a new life I'm living. I've been through everything. My name is on Google. You Google it, my stuff read like a fiction book. You feel me? With one of them urban novels. But that's not nothing to be proud of, man. If I could just save one or two of you young men and women, man, I feel like I accomplished a great goal in my life. You feel me? Because I don't want to see none of y'all go through the pain, right? Because we call ourselves real men. I know I'm a real one. I know that. But don't think that real men don't cry in the dark. I done cried many a nights in that cell, and I don't feel bad about it, right? Because I know I'm a cold-blooded man. But to have 30 years at 24 years old, I cried many a nights in that cell to come home to my family, right? But now that I'm here, it's about making a difference. See, we always want to come out, we cry, I want to get out and get back in the street. A lot of people want to get back out here for all the wrong reasons, right? They get back throwing rocks at that glass house, forgot about where they came from and everything they've been through. You feel me? So my thing was I wanted to get out here, man. I wanted to make a difference in y'all lives. You feel me? And it don't matter where you're from, because what I know about being, what the feds taught me is that every state is the same. We just speak different and dress different. We all the same. We all coming up in impoverished neighborhoods. We all coming up with relatives being locked and confined within these institutions. You feel me? So none of us is really different. We just speak different and dress different. That's all we do. We all come from the same background. So it don't matter where I saved the kid at. I just want to help save the kids. And that's just a little bit about my background.
All right, ask your question. Ask your next question. Huh? Your mic went out? All right. Protect yourself. Yeah, you can hear you. Just talk up.
So, thank you for sharing.
You gotta speak up though.
Talking to the mic.
Well, the mic died, so just speak up.
Okay. Yeah.
Use your chest.
Yeah, thank you for the video. That speech that said, I kind of feel the same about how gun violence, take out our lives, and in jail is like, it's like the new modern slavery.
You said jail is like the new modern slavery.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what. See, we got these things in the institutions called unicorns, right? I know you heard of a sweat house before, where the people work hard all day, a rough, tough labor just for pennies. Well, that's what we got in the feds called a unicorn. They get paid and while you in there, you're gonna think you making heck of some money because they get $200-300 a month on their check, right? But they work like government slaves in there for that money. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely like organized slavery. That's what it is today, man. That's all that prison is. And then they're not teaching you nothing. They done took away all the programs. Like the program I had was able to get into Indiana State University and get my paralegals certification. They took all these programs away from the men and the women because why? They don't want you to learn nothing or better yourself in there. They want you to come out the way you went in. So if you say take a person like me, been in the street since I've been 12 years old, so that's all my life. And I do 20 years like I did, what was I supposed to come home and do if I didn't educate myself while I was in there? Take advantage of the programs. I would have came out here back selling drugs again and caught a life sentence. But that's what they want us to do because they get paid off of each day that you sit in there.
All right, we have a young lady that has a story to tell. Come on up. Y'all give us some support. The mic broke, so you're gonna have to use that voice. You know the one you was using before the break? Yeah, use that one.
All right, y'all. I'm engaged. So I got a story to tell. All right. So y'all might not know him, but this person on my shirt, like, good for real. My ex-boyfriend, he got killed with a gun violence, whatever. It affected my life, like, real bad. And
Yeah, respect.
how old was he? How old was he? He was 16. He was 16 when he got killed or whatever. And I don't know. All right, but I just want to say, like, whatever you do, like, it's going to impact your family. It's going to impact your mama. It's going to impact everybody around you. Like, if y'all in the streets and y'all doing things like stealing cars, you know, selling weed, all that, like, that impact, that bring your family into stuff like,
You in the future, like for your
yeah,
kids.
like, and I don't know. I don't know what to say. Do you know how it makes you feel that he's not here anymore? You didn't get a chance to go to prom with him. You didn't get a chance to marry him. You didn't get a chance to have a kid with him. You didn't get a chance to. Already soon. 2020 October, I had a miscarriage. Just before he got killed, I had a miscarriage. And he was excited about the baby. After that, he just went downhill and I came back home. And when I came back home, I stayed home for like 2 days. And within them 2 days, within a week passed, I got a call saying they killed everything. And all I know is I blacked out and I just passed out. And I just remember telling my mama like help me and stuff like that. And she took me to the crime scene and stuff. And it just was like, damn, like my world just went upside down. Like I'm I battled depression a lot because of the situation. And like I didn't want to come to school anymore. I didn't want to go to school. I didn't.
Oh, you still breathing?
Yeah, but I got so much better. Like I know how to cope with my depression and stuff like that. And it's just like a whole lot. So yeah, but I'm back in school. I'm doing good. And
You got another question?
Yeah.
You can ask it. You can ask it. Look in here and ask it in that way.
I want to ask y'all about how y'all think about like school, like how you think about like do teens need to be in school?
So how do you feel that education is important to teens? Like as far as staying in school or
When we be coming up, we be having a lot of friends, man, that's doing different things in life, right? We got friends that take life as fun and games. You know what I'm saying? They want to cut school, they want to chill, smoke some tree. You know what I'm saying? But listen, the best thing y'all can do, the very best thing y'all can do with your life, man, is to stay in school and get that education, right? Because it's so hard out here. Even for a person coming home from jail can't even get a job, and people with degrees are it's hard for them to get jobs. So the best thing you can do is further your education as high as you can get it, or as far as you can go with your education, man, so that you can be something productive in this life, man. See, our job, right, is not to let these people, right, make us just one of the norm. Or he came out the ghetto, he wanted the norm. Or she came out the ghetto, she's just a statistic of the norm, right? Because they expect us to fail. They don't expect us to be doctors, lawyers, educators, positive motivational speakers. They don't expect nothing like this out of us. All they expect us to do is get high, sell drugs to our people, bring them down, and kill each other up. That's all they expect out of us. So our job is to beat that statistic, right? So the best thing you can do, in my advice, is and sometimes, right, I had to live through all of this to be able to give advice. I had to go through the things that I've been through to give advice. I graduated high school, but I graduated in prison, right? But y'all got a chance, man. I know this is the best feeling in the world. Graduate school, man, have a prom, man, and all. I'm watching my granddaughter do it now, and I'm living through it. I'm loving it. Right. So the best thing you can do, man, my words is stay in school, take your education far as you can get it, man, because you're the sole controller of your destiny. Nobody else can control your destiny but you, man. Y'all got a chance to be something great in life. Be it.
Gangsta, he wants you to answer the same question.
Education is very important. See, a lot of people don't know this. Well, some people do, but when I was in the street being a stepper, I took the time out to go to Delgado Community College. That's where I got my GED at. I went to Delgado Community College for 2 semesters. And yes, I used to go there because I was at war. I would have my tool on me in my book bag, but I enjoyed going to school, and it helped me when I went to prison because I've seen guys, that way we use the word play crackhead games. I've seen guys that can't read or write that would go to someone and say, "Hey man, can you fill out my commissary slip for me?" And the person would add up stuff, but buy stuff for him because you don't know how to count. So they're marking extra stuff on your commissary slip. They reading your people letter. So now when they're reading your girlfriend or your loved one's letter, they got the address now so they can write back because you don't know how to read or write. So they finessing and getting your people playing these games. I've seen it firsthand in prison. So it's important to get your education because once you have your education, nobody can run nothing on you. Now you will be able to sit down and be like, hold up, this not right. Or hold up, I know how to do this. You're going to be able to know how to navigate yourself through life with that education. Is very important. When you have that black and white, that paper, that slip saying you got a GED, man, it's gonna get you somewhere in life. And it's sad that you can have people that don't have a GED that's very intelligent, that's very smart, but people look past it because you need to have that paperwork. You need to have that GED. So while you have a chance to get it, I advise you to get it because it's very important. And don't worry. This is the thing we worry about. We always worry about peer pressure. You can't worry about what the next person thinks. I did them 23 years and 10 months. I decided to do what I did, and I'm enjoying life, man. I get to go to Popeye. I don't have to worry about child or a mainline or a bunch of miserable men in prison mad because their girl didn't left them or their family didn't come visit them. So at the end of the day, man, I'm enjoying life. I'm having a good time. And when I get off from here, I'm going to Walmart and hang out in there. But get your education and whatever you all, and always remember this: if you don't know how to read, if you don't know how to write, if you don't know how to do math, ask someone. Don't be scared to ask. Like right now, I don't know how to work this iPhone or how to work all this technology they have, and I ask people, "How do you do this? How do you do that?" Do not be afraid to ask someone, but get your education. Is very important, and don't worry. Everybody not gonna want to do it. Don't worry about what your friends doing. You need to do it. Every man and woman worry about themselves. Get your education, and then you can help the next person. Each one, teach one.
All right, we're gonna open the floor to questions. Does anybody have a question that they want to ask either one of these brothers? Miss CC, you can pick. You can pick who. So we have a person in the back that's asking, what are you doing now? Gangster, you can answer first. Like, what are you working on right now?
I have my documentary on my life story that I've been hard at work on. Me and Miss Cece, we both have nonprofit organizations. Mine is called They Need Us. We band together because she had more knowledge than I have with the situation, and by me born and raised in New Orleans, I want to focus a lot of my attention on New Orleans to give back. We have the movie on the Hot Boys that we writing. I'm gonna be working with the music industry. I have my own I have two podcasts. Actually, I have the one I do by myself, and I have one I do with Queen France, or it's called Cappity Cap. You know, a lot of y'all be out there capping, so we're gonna be on there. Um, we have a day on Thursdays where we're gonna be doing academics. Like if you good with sports, or if you good with rapping, singing, whatever talent you have, you're gonna be able to come on the platform and display your talent, because a lot of people watch our platform and you never know who's watching. Birdman, Wayne, Juby, all on watch our platform. So you never know if you have some kind of talent, you might get a call one day. So I have a lot going on. I have a job now. I can finally look people in the eye and say, I honestly have a job. I work from 11 to 7 in the morning. I was tired this morning till Mr. K and CC got on me and told me, get right, you know. But I be hard at work. Trust me, I don't have no off days. I'm constantly doing something because, you know, I've done so much time in prison to where I have to catch up. You know, but it's exciting and I'm loving it.
Gangster, for the students that don't know, can you just let them know what your affiliation to the music industry is?
Birdman, that's my brother. I've a lot of songs, BG, some songs, Wayne, Juvenile. They has rapped about me, the stuff I've done in the streets. And now that I'm older, I look back on it, I be like, man, I did a lot of ignorant stuff. But I don't regret nothing I've done in life, because what I've done in life has helped me become the man I am today. And that's why I'm able to come before you all today to let you all know this is what I've been through. I was in a penitentiary with this man right here. This man like 6'4". I'm 5'9". I always tell people I'm 5'11", but I'm 5'9". But I was in penitentiary with giants. I was in penitentiary with killers, you know, and I stood my grounds, you know, but at the end of the day, I didn't want to stay in prison. I want to come out here and live life. And where I'm living now, I'm enjoying it. And it's very beautiful. But I'm not going to be selfish and say, okay, I did all this time. Birdman, Cash Money, Rich Gang, you know, they owe me this, this, and this. I'm not going to focus my energy on that. I'm going to focus my energy on helping the at-risk youth, because I see a lot of my little young homies, even in that audience right now, they need help. They need it because I was once young. I was once in the street. I didn't want to hear the bull. I didn't want to hear a lot of the get yourself together, stay out the way. I want to run the streets, but it caused me a life sentence. It caused me 23 years and 23 years, 10 months of my life. You know, but I was also blessed to see two of my daughters graduate from college. I have a daughter that graduated from Tulane University. I have a daughter that graduated from Howard University. So, you know, I was able to do stuff from prison, but a lot of people won't be fortunate enough to do that. So while you all have a chance, man, get it together. Y'all, trust me, out here is much better than being behind that wall, because you don't know if you're going to make it out. You got people that get stabbed behind playing poker, behind playing pity pat, behind playing
Crackhead
tone,
games.
crackhead games, or borrowing money, and then you don't want to pay it back, and you think because you got some big bad homeboys that you're gonna fight, gang fight, and stab people, but you can lose your life. You can run your time up. So, man, y'all take heed when y'all have y'all freedom, man. Enjoy it, and don't worry about that peer pressure. Don't worry about somebody gonna say, "Oh, you soft or you scary because you don't want to run the block." You don't want to do time either, because you might when you go do time, you might not have nobody to be there for you. I was just fortunate enough to have cash money to take care of me while I was in prison. But will you be that fortunate? You know, so you got to weigh those options out, man. So, and everything y'all doing now, I've done it. Stole cars, robbed, sold drugs, done it all. Y'all know my life is an open book. But I don't, like I say, I don't regret nothing. But I am happy I'm here now to share it with you all, so you won't go down that path. Because I've seen people get raped in prison. I've seen people get beat up. I've seen people get extorted. I've seen people get jacked. I've seen people get ran off the compound. I've seen it all. And now I get to enjoy this side. And I'm loving it too, man. Wow.
Wait. Brother Jihad, can you tell us what you're doing right now?
I wrote 3 books. I just downloaded my first book. It should be getting ready to come out in 90 days, called The Love of the Dunya. That's an Islamic term. Dunya means of this world, of this life, like worldly life stuff, chasing after money, cars, girls, clubbing. So I wrote a 3-book trilogy called The Love of the Dunya. I just downloaded my first one. I'm trying to have it out in the next 90 days. I've been in the streets. We ain't gonna cut no corners or no cards here. I sold drugs all my life, right? So I'm not used to working for nobody, having a job. I came home, I scored a job with Rutgers University, a Division I college, doing janitorial work. I've been certified. I got a lot of certifications while I was away in prison. Like I said, I utilized the time to better myself and to get some education on what I wanted to do when I got here. I got my money together and I started my own janitorial service, Muhaddine's commercial cleaning down here in Atlanta. I got this podcast going where, like Gangsta, we talk our little stuff, man. People come on, they want to hear the gangster stories of the jailhouse and that. We do that, but the most our thing is, our platform is to give out the message to the at-risk youth. You feel me? Like I said, I was sitting in that seat myself. One thing that Gangsta said that I want to touch on, I'll tell you a little bit more about what's going on with me, is that don't fall victim to that peer pressure, man. Men or young ladies. Let me tell y'all something, man. The person who peer pressure you, they like cowards, right? Because when you catch the time for whatever you doing, they gonna be out here still jacking off their life, right? While you sitting away during that hard time. And like he said, sometimes you might not even be able to make it home from that. I done seen people get stabbed up and die in there. I done been stabbed up. I ain't the biggest, baddest person. I caught 27 extra years on top of my 30 years in prison, protecting myself inside there, right? Now, had I not got immediate release, and had they not been running that time concurrent like they're not doing now, and if you catch a case in there, they running it consecutive, I could still be in there to 2047, right? But now to get back to what I'm doing, me and my wife just purchased a restaurant. I cut the time out my day. We've been in there renovating it for the last 5 days. I cut my time out because the brothers called me and I wanted to sit down and I wanted to talk to y'all today. So after I get off of here, we're going to go back over there, finish redoing it. We just got a food truck. Our food truck just got done. So that's what we into. My wife's into the food industry. I'm into the saving the kids. I got a nonprofit called COIL, Children of Incarcerated Loved Ones, where I dedicate my time. Well, I'm getting it up and going now to at-risk youth whose parents are incarcerated. See, it's children of incarcerated loved ones. I'm trying to get the buses to take you to see your parents and all that. I want a 20 phones in one room for the parents to be able to call in, because unfortunately, man, a lot of times you get left for dead when you're in that penitentiary, man. You ain't got no real solid people on your team. You don't get to see your kid. I know a lot of y'all going through. I know a lot of y'all got dads and everything locked up, man, because we all come from the same background. And I know, man, how hard it is. And I know no matter what we go through in the street, how hard we are, we love our parents, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they do things that sometimes they do things that we just don't agree with. Some might get high, some might drink. But let me tell you something. Paradise lies at the foot of your parents, man, your mother, right? You're only getting one. Love her to death, man, regardless of her faults. And your fathers as well, man. But that's what I got going on. We getting ready to open our restaurant in November. We're trying to get the food truck out on the road by the springtime. We got it here. It's in my driveway right now. And I'm going to be podcasting, man, and giving this message out, man. And, hopefully we be able to swing back around, talk to y'all again, man, see how y'all progressing in life. But that's a little bit about what I got going on myself.
What question you have?
I want to ask you the difference between juvenile and grown man jail.
Huh? So they want to know what's the difference between juvenile and grown man jail, federal prison.
Whoa. You want to give it to him, Ja, or you want me
Go
to
ahead,
give it
you
to him?
got it. Go ahead.
I'm about to get
All right.
I can get up.
Y'all ready?
Yeah,
Hello?
either one. Yeah.
All right. I've been in youth study down in the 7th Ward. I've been in CYC. I've been in Conchetta. I've been in LTI. I've been in Monroe. Juvenile jail is totally different from the adult jail, and I've been in WCI in the state prison. But federal prison is totally different because we have what you call cars. You're going to have, now mind you this, can you imagine somebody from Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Carolina, North Carolina, South Carolina, you call it your homeboy? So we have what you call it.
Haiti, Jamaica.
Yeah,
all
the Islanders. Yeah.
All that. You have the
Caribbean
Puerto
cars.
Ricans, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, the Haitians, the Zopirons. You have all these groups, and what happens is this: say if you at church, or say if you in the law library, say you at school, minding your business now, doing something positive. If your homeboys get into a fight on the rec yard, you're going to get into a fight at church. You're going to get into a fight in the law library. So usually a person will have their knife on them. You got guys that hide their knife in their dreads because when a wall jump off, it's a gang fight. You have to be careful. People will stab you just because you're from New Orleans, because your homeboy ran up a bill and he didn't want to pay the bill. The federal system is totally different from the state. It can become dangerous at times because if one homeboy mess up, you at war with 300 Mexicans. Can you imagine having a fight or stabbing a knife fight with 300 Mexicans? Man, that's total pandemonium, chaos on that compound, And I've seen where it was a race riot jumped off at Yazoo, Mississippi for 3 hours, So I've seen people lose their eyes. Jihad been in a lot of penitentiaries. He can tell y'all, man, federal adult prison is totally different from juvenile, because juvenile, y'all have a little fight, then later on, y'all be dabbing, laughing, and playing. In federal, if you get into a fight on one compound, say if we at Oakdale, so in Louisiana, and you get transferred to a Button in Carolina, or you get transferred to Mississippi, I'm going to send word to my homeboys and have them attack you there. So the federal prison is dangerous, man. The adult prison is totally different from juvenile.
Juvenile facilities, right? We around everybody that we know. We're around everybody we know. These is guys from different wars. Like I'm gonna use y'all's area for instance. All guys from different wars. Y'all get a chance to get to know each other, the ones you don't know, and start your building your little crime syndicate, because that's what you do in these little juvenile facilities. You start to thinking that you bigger than the system. You get together, right? This is where it all starts, that you on your way to the feds, right, or to the state penitentiary. You get in there, man, and it's no law, it's no structure. Federal prison is all about politics. Why? Because, like he said, it's all cars. Up north car, down south car, Midwest car, Caribbean car, Mexican car. And like I said, everybody call themselves men, because you're not going to walk on these compounds with incorrect paperwork. So we all men there, right? Your paperwork is whatever you did in court. You got to have those documents to show your car, or they're going to put you in lockup and you're going to go to another jail where you can live at. So everything in there is on a more serious level, right? You got heads of cars, who shot callers, what we call them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not proud of none of that. I've been shot caller on a few different pounds, right? But our job is to what? But you need a delegate. You need somebody who can talk, basically, right? You need somebody who is a people person, who know how to rationalize, who's not going to crash the car, make the car, like he said, go to war. Right. So it's a lot of politics involved with federal prison. It's a lot of talking involved. And a lot of us don't come from that. We used to just popping up. When I started learning about it, they said politics. I said, what is that? I ain't into no government stuff. They like, nah, big bro, this where we talk. Y'all gotta learn. You gotta learn how to talk. I don't do no talking. Let's go. But men know where we gonna go with the gangster stuff before we take it there. So you want to talk. Why? Because, like you said, you don't want to have a Braveheart situation on the campus. That's what it's going to be. 200-300 people in each car crashing the car up, stabbing each other up, and you might not make it home. You might come in there with 2 years. I know guys had 2 years left to come home, lost their life. One of our good brothers, man, who's very, very known through the feds. I'm not going to say his name. He was in Beaumont, Texas. Punched a guy in the face over the phone. This was only 90 days ago. Punch a guy in the face over the phone, man. God killed him in there, man. He been in 33 years and was on his way home in 2 years. Feel me? So he did 33 years and didn't even make it home in his last 2 years about a phone. So since everything be serious in the feds, man, let me tell y'all something, man. Y'all got a chance right now, man, whatever y'all into. Some of y'all might not be into nothing. Whatever y'all into, man, y'all got a chance right now today to change your whole life, man, and change the direction in which your life can go. Because I'm telling you, man, you don't want to make it. You don't want to live your life going through these institutions, juvenile, state, fed, wasting time. All it is I can't get it back. I'm 50 years old. I've been in jail 26 years. I've been in jail longer than I've been in the streets. You don't want to live your life like that, man. Your family love you. I just heard the young lady say she lost her baby. Like, y'all going through real life stuff out here, man. Y'all got a chance to turn your lives around today. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you into. And don't feel like you, like what we say up our way, like you some kind of sucker or a square. Nah, the real dude, the real live soldier is one who gonna protect his freedom, man, and stay out here and take care of his family. That's the real soldier. That's thorough. That's thorough. Thorough ain't being locked up behind them bars. You feel me? Not wasting time. You feel me? So that's my little message to y'all, man. I appreciate them having me in to even give y'all that.
What question you had a question? You good? Anybody have a question? Okay.
I have a question for y'all. How many of y'all been outside of Louisiana? How many of y'all have been outside of Louisiana by plane? So when y'all go outside of Louisiana, y'all able to see different people, different things, different cultures? Are y'all always able to easily adapt to what's going on in other things? See, so my thing is right here, when he was telling you that they have all different diversities in the federal system, so you forced into that. You're forced to ride a plane in handcuffs, in shackles, and you make all kinds of different stops. You're forced to be in situations with people from Haiti who have different cultures than we do. They eat different, they bathe different, they smell different. You're forced to be in situations with people from different religious backgrounds. The Muslims, they run a large portion of the compound. The black people, they run a large portion. And then you have the Jamaicans and all of these things that most of y'all don't understand because y'all have never had a chance to experience these luxuries outside of a prison system. So you're pretty much thrown into this diversity that you can't understand. I'm here because I would like for each and every last one of you to be able to enjoy and afford those luxuries outside of a prison facility. I have goals and I have visions of being able to teach you guys etiquette. I have goals and visions of being able to teach you guys how to work and earn money without stealing a car, jacking somebody, just doing those things that put your life at risk and your freedom at risk. I have visions of being able to take you guys on retreats outside of Louisiana and show y'all some things about fishing, living off of the land, hunting, doing the things that we may be forced to do one day, but doing it correctly. Shooting guns correctly, tactical training correctly. These are my visions, and this is the organizations that I work with. So in order to be connected and to stay to those resources, you have to be able to, first of all, listen, lead, and be willing to obtain information. So in order to stop some of the gun violence, stop some of the prison to school pipeline, start being connected. Because you have Gangsta, who you may not agree with. He's a resource for you. He's a resource for me. You have me. You have the lady that just left, Kitty. You have the Muslim brother that's here. You have Mr. K. And you have all of these wonderful adults that surround you. The what?
Brother Jihad.
Yeah.
Muslim. So when you feel like you want to be able to reach out, whether it's private, a lot of you guys feel it's not as mature to be able to overcome the fear. If you ever need to reach out to me, if you have to reach out to Gangsta, if you have to reach out to anybody, y'all, my phone number has been posted all over the board. Mr. K has my number, Ms. Val has my number, Ms. Nell has my number. Reach out and let's start making a difference.
Anybody else have any questions or anything they want to ask? Something to say? Okay.
Me and my group, y'all probably see t-shirts around. We was Team Love and Action. Now I'm saying we Team Love and Action, and we put together sustainable solutions to help out New Orleans marginalized. So I just want to say thank you because my big old point that I've been trying to get across to everybody for the longest is that we take people calls, we selling drugs, we toting on guns and stuff like that. We have nothing else to do. We don't have the jobs being offered to us for real. We don't have no extracurriculum things to do outside of what's going on. Like we just bored in our seats, so we turn to what we know.
And let me say something about it. A lot of times people are scared. Corporations are scared to say, well, you know what? The solution is let's offer a job. But I can't really say, come work with me. Because I got to teach you how to work. I have to teach you how to have etiquette. You can't come to the job and fight him while there's customers waiting to be served. So I have a program that's gonna teach you how to work. So even when you're gonna earn money, and even when you leave me, I'm setting you up to be successful to go work whatever you want to work. So that's part of the
I
problem.
appreciate, all right, even the guys being able to talk to the people that have been incarcerated. Because we feel like it's a big thing for the young people to know our rights. Like, we thought about facilitating your rights workshop because a lot of us, we get in conflicts with the police and things like that. We don't know what to say. They tell them they talk to us crazy, and it's all because, we don't have a right.
So let me tell you. So again, connect to something. You know what? Don't call me Miss Cece. Call me resource. There's a program that's in place that you can know your Flick is right across the street.
Right.
Family and friends of Louisiana's incarcerated children. I used to work with Flick. I'm not gonna say the name, but I fought for a little boy. They wanted to charge him as an adult, and they wanted to give him a life sentence because he was with some friends that robbed somebody in a French Quarter, and the lady died. So they wanted to give him life and charge him as an adult because he was with them. Not because he pulled the trigger, not because he was really guilty of the murder, but because he was with his friend. And we fought because we didn't feel like he should have been charged as an adult because, for number one, he was only 10 years old at the time. So it's like, it's so many resources that they have, so many programs that they have, they can say, you know what, if you want to know, I can make sure that you know. So you just have to be able to reach out. And the good thing is, everybody in this room has, y'all plug, y'all connected. Another thing, he mentioned something about a lot of you guys may have parents or aunts or uncles or cousins or whomever you look up to that's incarcerated. There's a program that's called Daughters Beyond Incarceration. There's a sneaker ball coming up in November for that program. When we evacuated for Katrina, we made sure every family had a financial stipend to be able to sustain during the evacuation process. Connect to these things. These people are operating in a city right here where you are. Connect. A lot of people don't reach out and don't connect. Connect. It's there.
Does anybody have anything else to say? Questions? All right, y'all want to do some closing remarks, gentlemen?
I just say, like I said earlier, anybody who's wavering with back and forth, seesawing in and out of the street, you got a chance right now today to change your lives. You know what I'm saying? I could sit here and talk till my head turn blue, right? But I just feel like real recognizes real, right? It's like she was saying, you got the people that don't know how to approach y'all age group. You got people. One thing I know about y'all age group, y'all got to accept people like in our age group, but they becoming crazy at y'all. They don't know how to talk to y'all. They don't know how to communicate with y'all, right? But me being y'all's age before, right, and being in the same position as y'all, having people come before us that didn't know what they was talking about. And me and my homie sitting there like, she don't know what we going through. Like how y'all sitting there attentive listening, we probably wouldn't have been like that. But we didn't have this coming up. Why? Because wasn't too many people like us. A lot of our generation have been through some harsh things in our life now to come out here to be able to do this, right? So my thing, man, is just, man, stay in school, man, get your education, man. Don't let nobody peer pressure you, right? Because we thorough. We come up out these hoods, we thorough, right? You say you 10 toes down, want to be a G. A G is standing on your own too, not listening to what nobody else trying to tell you what to do. That's G, right? So y'all got a chance, man, today, or to change your lives for the ones who's in and out of the street or whatever y'all into, man. Don't be a statistic, man. Don't let the powers that be make y'all go through what we had to go through. Y'all got a chance to break that chain without even having to go through it, right? And I see y'all attentive, so I know that y'all real intelligent young men and women in there, right? Stay in school, stay doing what you're doing, man. Don't let nobody peer pressure you, man, and have a productive life, man. That way.
Let me hear you, Gangsta.
I have a Instagram. I have a Facebook, a YouTube channel. If anybody that's in attendance, or if you have a friend that need to talk, that need to reach out to me, that have a situation that you just need somebody that you want to vent to, hit me up. I answer my own Instagram, my own Facebook. Or if it's a situation where you feel that somebody that made you mad and tick you off, before you pick up that gun and go run and do whatever to throw your life away, you can hit me up and go on my Instagram. You can vent to me. You can call me a rat, call me a snitch. You can vent to me. I listen. I will listen. I promise you, I will listen, and we're gonna laugh and have some fun. If you need help, you don't have food at home, clothes, hit Miss CC up. Hit me up. This what we here for. We here to help you all out because I don't want you all to go through what I went through. And now I was blessed to navigate through the prison system with ease. I didn't have no problems. But that's not to say you will have the same fate, you know. So whenever there's a situation going on, don't hold it in. Reach out to somebody. Reach out to me because I'm always available. I'm always here for you all. I love everybody in that room, no matter whatever you think, how you feel. I love you all because I've been there. I was your age at one time, and I just pray to God that you get to see my age. But I want you all to see it while you out there, while you're free. So hit me up whenever. I don't care what it is, what's going on, and I'm gonna get you some kind of help, some kind of way. And that's all I gotta say for right now. And check out my YouTube channel because I give up a lot of game in that order.
In that order.
So that concludes our presentation, our town hall for today. Thank y'all, gentlemen, for giving me your time, and we'll talk more in the future.
Yeah.
Everybody, y'all can say y'all goodbyes. Wade. And I
Y'all stay
appreciate
safe
you.
out there, man. Do the right things.
Before you leave, hold the chairs up.
Cappity cat.
Bro.